buddy. Hey, y'all. Welcome to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy, James. I'm here today to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. And it's not going to happen this video, but you know what? That's all right. We going to live to fight another day. Joining me, as always, my co-host, my BFF, my bestie, Mrs. Best, a.k.a. my girl, Amina. Yo, yo.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing today?
I am good. I'm still waking up, so excuse
Yeah.
the sleeping voice.
She living her best life out there in Cali, the best life you can live with how expensive that prices is. But hey, I I love my girl. I love where I'm from, so I can't hate. But we are here. If you saw the title, this is Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 7 review. It was a pretty big episode. I ain't gonna lie. I was all over the place in my emotions with this episode. It was like, dang, y'all got me feeling sorry for people who I don't even like. Y'all got me wanting to kick people off the show that I cannot stand even more. So
Mm.
let's get into it because it was quite an episode. So the episode picks up where it left off, where Soguchi, Sophia Shante, Sanjay, and Marie were talking about the altercation, and Gucci apologizing to Sanjay for having a physical altercation with her mother. And Sanjay was not here for it. She didn't want to hear it. She was very much closed off at this point with Sophia Shante. So, and y'all gonna hear me call her so Gucci Sophia Shante because I don't know what this lady's name is. I didn't heard Shante, and she said her name was Sophia, and she want to be known as So Gucci. So that is So Gucci Sophia Shante.
The whole
Got it?
internet, at what point, like specifically for So Gucci and Marie Monroe, like at what point do you realize that your nicknames and the whole idea of it is stupid? Because I've seen nothing but like, I can't even call it hate, just like the most clever and funniest shade online because of these women's names. Like, so now I'm seeing hella people like in the Belle Collective Facebook group. I'm seeing people. So Shantae, Sophia, no one's even calling her Gucci. It's
Yeah. It really, her name is fine. I don't know where she thought coming up with this alter ego name, So Gucci, was going to, you
I feel like
know,
it's because she older and I feel like older people always try to, especially older black people, they're like, who's cool? Who can I compare myself to keep up with the young kids? Beyonce, who did that Sasha Fierce shit. All these artists have their second personas. If you're not an artist, then we don't care. This bird is just cawing away outside of my
okay, I heard. I was like, dang.
I'm like, my neighbors have a garden and the
Mm.
birds and stuff in there. Anywho, but yeah, I'm tired of the names. So Gucci.
So to wrap up this scene, because I really don't, I just want to get to the end. So to wrap up this scene, Sophia Shante apologizes and was dismissed. And then also it's mentioned to Marie, that the other little girl had the baby and she still has not met this baby. She's only seen pictures, which I kind of feel like, well, you kind of did it to yourself. You instead of you just walking away from the mama. Now, I'm not trying to say because I still put blame on Selena. I'm not saying she's exempt from this. She got just as much blame as Sophia Shante. But you have to understand that kind of comes as a consequence when you start something with their mom and think that they're supposed to be in your good graces. It doesn't work that way just because you married to their father. It
I
just doesn't
think with
happen.
a lot of these moms, like stepmoms, forget, like even if the kids are grown with their little, like you have to respect the parents of
Right.
the child. Like you just do. Y'all can't, there's nothing that you can do. There's no situation that can happen where people are going to look at the mother of the children as if she's in the wrong. At the end of the day, you chose to be in the life of a man who has children, whether you have kids or not. So for you to expect anybody to side with you, like without even knowing the semantics of the situation, that's how you know this lady's not in her right mind. That and the dentures. Uh, it just I just the situation. I didn't write anything for that scene except like Marie started to try and comment and stuff, and I was like, "You did okay at first, Marie," but I was like, "Stop trying to defend So Gucci." Like as
Yeah, I saw that too. You
stuff, Marie's like, "But, like, yes, let's just make it very clear: it's not okay to put your hands on nobody. It's not." is never okay. But at the same time, there are many situations where people are going to do that or feel provoked or pushed to do so. So it's like I get both sides, but at the end of the day, like Sanjay said, you've been disrespectful for years since these kids was kids, like little kids. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. And I agree with that. I agree to an extent that, yeah, there's so much turmoil. I think that that fight was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like it was bound to happen with all the disrespect. So I totally understood that for what it was. And like Marie say, maybe y'all will work this out and you'll be able to see the grandbaby and, go forward from that. So moving on, Tamra.
Oh God. I
I'm gonna
don't
get
get
Marie.
it. I do. I just don't get her.
I'm gonna get Marie together in a minute for Tampa. And Marie, this is what I'm talking about. Why do you have me on this vlog defending Tampa when I know Tampa full of shit? Really? Like I am looking at Marie and I'm just like, see, this is what I'm talking about. But Tampa is at her job talking to her coworker, Quasi. I think that was his name. I don't really remember. And she was just saying that she kind of had to take a step back in her relationship with Demond, where she's not really trying to focus on him, but focus on her career and her business. And we were like, Timber, and in my mind, because I had read the blogs about this guy that they mentioned in the episode, because I actually want to do some research on this, and it makes it seem like this guy is telling the truth. Like I'm starting to believe that this man that was engaged to her, and they have all these issues. Like I'm starting to believe his side over hers because this thing with Demond does not seem real at
It's
all.
not.
But allegedly, word on the curve is Tampa is pregnant.
By
Allegedly,
who? Quasi?
By Demond. They're saying it's by Demond that she's pregnant. Somebody had another blogger. I just watched her channel saying that it's being alleged that Tampa is pregnant.
Well, I
So
Marie Monroe decided to post to, I think it was Twitter or something. They posted it in the Belle Collective group online, and Marie confirmed that Tamra is pregnant as well. But then I'm like, it's always
I
been
don't
like,
trust it coming from her.
yeah,
If
if
it
it
came
came
from like
from any
Latrice
other
or
source, I would
yeah, if
believe
it was
it.
somebody else on the cast, if it was like Letitia or Latrice or somebody, then I would believe it. But
If
for
it's so Gucci
Marie,
or Marie,
yeah, I'm not even finna touch y'all with
I
this.
don't
And
trust it.
Aikisha either. I don't trust her
Amber
either.
is old as hell. So I'm trying to understand, allegedly, since it's not my channel, that lady is old though. So I'm trying to understand, like,
Well,
you're
they
suddenly
say,
pregnant.
yeah, because Tamara a good 52.
Amber
So I'm
doesn't
trying to,
think
yeah.
before she lies. She just lies. And that's what's pissing this cast off because they're all liars. But Tambra's lies, she just like, oh, the sky is green. I'm getting married. Damon is the love of my life. I'm begging for a ring. I don't care about a ring. My career is important. Like, girl, it's just,
It's like, which one is it? Is the bond important? You want to have this baby and you trying to have this white picket fence life? Or do you want to be this all American power entrepreneur woman? Like, which one do
and I
you
just
want?
want to say, like, no matter how much of a career you have or success you've attained, because Tamra does have some success that we can't deny, but like, there's no reason that you should be making the choice to have kids with someone who you're not even willing to put before your career. You shouldn't give up a spouse. You should not give up a career for a spouse, but at the same time, like, you say that your career is more important than this guy, and now you're allegedly having a baby. If you are having a baby, Tambra, if she's somehow in her fake ponytail watching this, if you are having a baby, like, that's not going to make us like you or warm up to you because you're a mother. Like, I feel like a lot of women on TV be trying to use having kids or becoming a mom as a scapegoat for being shitty people. The world is fucked up because of how many moms are shitty people or birth people
Exactly.
who are shitty people.
Let
So
me touch on that because you brought up a good point. It does seem like Tambra moves to get likes and to be liked. It definitely does give that. That's why I I can't do Tampa. I just can't. Like, and that's why I'm mad at Marie. When I get to this last part of this episode, I'm mad at Marie for this. I really
Maurice
am.
thinks she's smart, and all she did was
Yeah,
make everybody dislike her even more.
even
Even
more
further.
because now I got to defend Tamra, and I don't want to do that. Like, okay. So moving on because that's all we got from there. So, um,
Oh, real fast. I did want to say, in that scene with Tambra, I do believe the rumors of her sleeping with Quasi.
hmm,
Because the way they looked at each other and just smiled before they can even say shit, that's how me and Josiah look at each other.
hmm. She does
So
give like flirtatious like energy towards him, and I was and at first because I told you I fast forward Tampa scenes. I don't like Tampa, so I
yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
watch her and that voice, that oink that she does, and that I can't do all of that. I'm sorry, I cannot with her.
Okay.
Like she need Tampa go. You need to be the black hocus pocus witch. That's what you need to be because that's where you belong. I can't with you.
Focus,
Move
Lord.
move on from this. So I'm gonna go to Marie. She goes over to Aikisha house, and they're trying to build this relationship, even though Aikisha allegedly said y'all was ugly, but y'all going over to her house. So interesting to me, but because to some extent, I don't think she used the term ugly. I don't think. Do I think she said a colorist remark? Absolutely. I believe that. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Watching last season and watching how she was moving, I absolutely believe that. I did not like Aikisha last season, and I don't like her this season either. So yeah, I can believe that.
Keisha gives me, I had childhood trauma with my
Hmm.
upbringing,
No,
but
no, she gives me that she thought being the lighter complected woman that she was always going to get the guy
that's
that
what I was
she
gonna
wanted,
say. Her
and
childhood
he ended up
trauma
getting
was
somebody Marie's complexion. That's what
the
it was.
only thing that was right for Aikisha, I feel the way she is, was likely her skin, especially in the South, because that is still a thing in the South.
Hmm.
I would
It
say
is.
colorism is more impactful in the South sometimes than it is other places. But Aikisha, the scene with Aikisha and Marie just, I didn't
It
understand it to
was
me.
cringe. I was Marie's smile that entire time. How Marie was smiling in that
Because
scene
because in
because it
her
was
mind, she's
cringy.
like, they can't get rid of me if I'm mixing and mingling with people I'm not supposed to like, dumbass. It doesn't work that way. Like,
Yeah, because she could be
you could
easily
tell the
off the
two
show
of
because
them.
all we seen of Aikisha is her being in her house with them kids.
This is a meeting of two women who I think own, because no disrespect to Carlos King, he need a new staff. Like the
Yeah,
way
you need better
the
casting
reality
directors.
shows on own, they feel cheap and like something I could have put together myself sometimes. And so I feel like the producers are like, well, we need to be just as good as Bravo, because no matter what Carlos King says, I'm convinced he wants to be a housewife and is still butthurt about Bravo and their little situation. But like, it just seems like production producers told them, like, look, the fans don't like you guys, which is true. It's very rare I see people who like them. Aikisha, I'll see some who like her, but especially Marie, I haven't seen one Marie stan, not one. So I'm just looking like it seemed like they have to get together to be cool, because for Marie, for her to have a beef with someone else, it's annoying at this point. It's like, okay, she finds something wrong, someone does one thing, and then she attacks it. I'm just, Marie is a bully.
She
I said
is.
it every bit.
Yeah, she definitely is. And then I'm about to get to the part. So why Marie went to Aikisha's house was also to spill some tea. And I think Marie thought that Aikisha knew this dude. That's why she went over to that house. And because
Because they
Aikisha
went
and
to high
Tambra were
school.
friends before
Yeah.
this. So I think that she thought Aikisha knew this dude. But to tell y'all the story, somebody hit up Marie and Letitia, and it was allegedly Tambra's ex-fiance. And what he had led Marie to believe that he had all this paperwork about, because at this point, Marie and Letitia have not met up with him yet. She was just telling Aikisha about the situation. He has all these receipts on Tambra. And Aikisha I was okay with her response. I actually was okay with this. Aikisha said that, I definitely believe that her and Damon are in a real relationship. I don't believe all the things, this guy could be alleged. And I think that she's basing that on her friendship with Tambra when she had it. I think that she's basing it on who she knew versus what she believes Tambra to be. And I think that that was a good character flaw in Aikisha, but at the same time, Marie spilling all this tea, I really think she went over to Aikisha's house to see if she can get more. like a backup, like a plan
Oh
B.
yeah,
So in
Marie.
case.
You know, they say the people who, what does they say? The people who throw in and talking about glass houses and all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the term is. I peeped that with Marie early on. She pretty much spent this episode trying to be messy. Like, this was not entertaining. This was not brilliant. This was not, oh, this just fell upon my lap. So what I found out from a little group on Facebook, because these people were pissed off with Marie, I found out that the guy that she's running and talking to Aikisha about these rumors that she's heard, that all of these women have heard. Why are you the only duckling to bring it up? I just want to know.
So
Because
he's put to all of the women collectively
he
feeling
has
the same
attempted to
receipt.
talk to all the women, which Marie confirmed with her social media post, which was posted on the Bells. It was very long, so I'm not going to read it to where it's like, it could be like a 2-page essay how long she wrote that freaking post. But even she confirmed the Bells have been dealing with this guy and been hearing from him and him trying to contact us, she said herself, for years. So if this guy has been trying to come and bother y'all since Tamara basically came onto this show, then why are you acting like this is new information, and why are you the only one bringing it forward? So because someone
It's
tells
like,
lies that don't impact you, yes, she's a liar. So it's like, take it as you can't trust her. So someone tells some lies that don't impact you, and you decide, I need to talk to this outside person and then talk to other people about
yeah.
it. Marie, you run mental health centers. Please at least come at us like you have common sense within your mental health. That's all I'm gonna
I'm gonna
say.
say that too, but what I also am gonna say is that because Marie was so fixated on making Latrice a target, this would have been perfect for her to do season 1 if she really had this information. So the fact that you waited to season 3 to prove a point about Tambra being a liar, it only made you look just as guilty because we know Tambra lie. We know.
Everybody knows Tambra lies, but only one person. Like, when you know someone's a liar, I think most people who are not liars, I mean, all people lie, but most people who are just lying to lie. When you're dealing with the liar, most people just let them talk and don't go and talk too much
Mhm.
about it, because it's like, why am I going to go call James and be like, friend, you know, this motherfucker keep lying. She just keep lying and lying and lying. Like, I'm not going to do that if someone's lying, because your response and most people's response is going to be, well, Amina, if you know that she's lying, like, why you keep talking to, like, why you keep,
Yeah, like, why do you care? Why do you entertain it? Like, we know she lied. We know Karen Huger lie all the time, but do we care? No. We know Drew
no,
Tagore lie all the time. Do we
yeah,
care? No,
and
because we know they're
people
gonna fall on
move
their own sword at some point.
exactly.
That's
So
why we were
Marie
mad
is
at
the
Sonya
only
Richards Ross,
person.
yeah, her first season, because we knew she was gonna fall on her own sword, and you just beat her to the punch and it made yourself look stupid. And I feel like Marie just did the exact same thing because we
That's
know
what she
Tambra be
did.
lying. And instead of you just letting this play out, I'd have told the man, put it out yourself.
Yeah.
And let's see how this works out.
She's saying, no, Maria is saying online, this man is putting the women in danger, and that the production needs to hire protection for the women because the Bells are in danger. She literally said that. So I'm like, Marie,
But you entertained
then
the
why are you
conversation with the
smiling? No, but
same
my
man.
thing is not even the entertainment. You claiming you in danger online, my nigga. I'm sorry, I'm coming at Marie like a dude. You saying you in danger online, my nigga, speaking for all of the Bells, right? Make sure before you speak for people that they are prepared to back you up, because she spoke and no one else has spoken. No one else has agreed. No one else has said anything. And I don't think Marie realizes going online and even saying these things to Tambra in scenes such as this. Bro, if Tambra wanted to, as much as we dislike her, she could sue you for defamation because you are trying to defame her character. It doesn't matter if it came from a person who's not on the show. You are on the platform. And the fact that you brought that up and made it relevant, she can get your ass for defamation of character.
Let's not go too far ahead because I'm gonna get to that, but let's not go too far ahead. Yeah, let's get the so that the scene with Akeisha and Marie, that was it. Pretty much that was all. Before I get to Marie's therapy session, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Teresa and Letitia meeting up. Letitia, these wigs, this episode, um, wear your hair. Whatever length, whatever curl, whatever texture it is, just wear your hair.
Look, Letitia. My edge is sticking out, but it's mine.
Yes,
It's
just
my
wear your
it's my
hair.
little edge. Wear your
Yes,
hair.
wear your hair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was distracted between this scene and the final scene of this show. I was so distracted. I didn't even know what the hell was going. I had to watch it twice because I didn't even know what the hell was going on because I was so busy looking at that wig, some wigs. Ladies, let me explain something to you. I know wigs have become the, you know, esque of life. I know it's become, a protective style and whatever the fuck else you ladies say. I need it to look like it can't run off your head and run away from you. I need it to look like it may actually be something you sprout. I need it to look like you actually get it professionally done. I don't need it to look like Cousin It. I don't need it to look like the red herring from the Looney Tunes. I don't need it to look like Tasmanian devil spit it around and then put it on your head.
I
Okay?
think with the Southern Belle specific, these are the worst wigs I've seen on TV. Like you could go back to season 1 of RHOA. I'll take Kim Zolciak's wig over these heifers.
Sometimes Kim Zolciak's wig didn't even look like a wig. Like when I didn't even know that was a wig on her head until it was
And
season three.
that's the thing. Like the wig thing is out of control, especially within Black culture. I get it. Just because something's popular doesn't mean that everybody has to put it on your head. What looks right on you looks right on you. And I think if you can't afford to have your wig or frontal laid right, then let it go. Then let it go. Just let it go. That's it.
Absolutely.
I'm tired of Letitia's wigs. It's obviously not going to get better, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care.
That's a lot of not caring. So basically, their meetup was she wanted to check on her from the event. Selena and Sophia Shante over there brawling, and she asked a question that I think a lot of people were speculating: did you bring Selena here to fight with Sophia Shante since y'all are at odds? And Latrice was like, no, absolutely not. I did not, have that intention. I know Selena for years,
This cast
and
has to get better because from what I see, it looks like they try to put blame on Latrice,
right.
and then they're trying to put blame on Selena. No one is holding the right person accountable in any way.
I think because people are looking at Selena that she popped off at the mouth first, but if you
But it's
can't
like,
handle
look
my
at
words,
why. You can't just look at one part of a situation.
yeah, exactly.
Look at why. Why did Selena pop up on the mouth? As Sanjay said, no one told So Gucci and her fucking dentures to walk up to Selena. So why is the kid, the 25-year-old, making the biggest point? Like if I don't fuck with somebody, I'm not walking up to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not going to say anything to you because you're not worth my energy unless you come from my man, like in a way that impacts him, my money, to where it slows or is impacted or puts like my living situation at risk. Like I'm not fighting for nobody. I'm not like with the mouth, with the hands, none of that. Maybe that's just where I am in my personal life. But like you'd have to physically hit me for me to assault you. I just, but at the same time, like So Gucci did come for something that's personal to Selena, her ex-man, in some ways her buddy, by having her look crazy and saying these things about her motherhood online. And then you go and you disrespect her kids and stuff by smacking her in front of one of her kids right back. So my thing, no one's holding the right people accountable. I'm tired of it. Yes, Selena's wrong. It's not good to hit somebody, but at the same time, you get what the hell you asked for. And So Gucci asked for it. I feel like So Gucci wanted to be a part of an altercation, and that's why she walked up to Selena, which people seem to be missing. You don't walk up to somebody you don't like saying things the way that So Gucci said unless you really want a problem. So I think So Gucci wanted to provoke Selena to get her to look crazy in her little mind. And it almost worked. But since it didn't quite work with the family and the fans, she's just trying to save face, in my opinion, with the Bells because they won't tell her
Yeah.
she's wrong.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, and, you know, For me, I just feel like in that whole situation, I don't blame Latrice. I just don't, because I feel that if she's popular and she's a socialite, she's been on reality TV, another show, why not having a party? Now, where I am side eyeing her at the same time is that Selena and Cliff used to mess around. Like that was the man she had an affair with that broke up the marriage. So I just feel like I'm kind of like this. I see both sides. I do. It is kind of funny that you would have, mind you, it was years ago, but still, that's still odd. But if she a cool girl and she's popular, she will get heads in your chairs. That's all we need. So in closing,
Selena's known around Jackson, so Gucci, you full of shit.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Selena's everywhere in Jackson, but you chose Latrice's event to act up while you're in the middle of a beef with Latrice. I just want anybody watching the show and the audience, don't be so quick to lean towards the greater opinion. I'm telling you. So Gucci is accusing and all these people, oh, I was set up. Honey, you a grown ass woman. Ain't nobody setting you up at no fashion event. You know what you was doing. It's too convenient having a beef while this girl done sold gun had another realtor come sell her house who actually has certification, and she didn't like that. She didn't
yeah,
like
because it is. It is mildly funny that you are so mad about this, yet you weren't able to deliver. And then the one time we do see you working is in a property management office, showing Letitia and Marie an apartment
that she didn't end up living in.
that she ended up exactly. So come on, we're not going to play these games on this. We're not going to play these games. So moving on, Marie's counseling session.
It's not a counseling session. That was not a counseling session. I just want to
What
say
was
that.
it? What was it?
It was a discussion amongst adults.
Does that seem like it was her first time? It seems like it was the consultation more so than it was the
That wasn't a
counseling.
consultation for counseling either.
Yeah.
It was not.
Okay, Miss Psych Major over here. Yes, yes. Okay, I got you.
And I'm not just saying that to be funny. There are tests, assessments, psychological assessments, procedures, and tests that counselors, whether you're a counselor with master's degree, doctorate, or just a bachelor's degree, there are assessments in the DSM-5. You people can look it up because I don't have time for it. You can look it up that all counselors, social workers are supposed to follow. The counselor did not follow any of those things. And the patient is not supposed to lead the session. That is all I'll say.
There you have it. So, to make matters worse, the only key points that I'll take away from this is that a lot of her issues stem from her mother and the situation with that. Because she brought her mama on the second season, which I don't know why she did that, because that actually made her look worse than what she did look like. Because that mama just straight up embarrassed her on national TV, and I wanted to cry because you could say that she really is trying to help her mom, but the mom is so far gone that it was really sad to watch that. She talked about the relationship with her father, how her father taught her how to be a woman, which no man could teach no woman how to be no woman.
Nope.
So the fact that you even said that out your mouth leads us to believe that why you are the way you are. Like it makes a lot of sense now, because there's no way possible. Now your grandmother. Now, had you said your grandmother taught you, then maybe I would be having a different conversation. But you're talking about your dad taught you how to be a woman, and then you talk about how you fought a lot, which I believe. I'm sorry. The moment Marie said that out her mouth, that she used to fight a lot, I believe her. I believe Marie has fought many people in her life. I believe she fought men, women, which is why when Glenn chest up on her, she was ready for him. She had that fist balled up. Yeah, she had that
He
fist
gives
balled
off
up.
a person who's confrontational. People who actively seek out messy things, information, and indulge in messy behaviors, which is who Marie in them finger waves is. That's why she keep her hair so short with the waves. She got to be able to, move around, maneuver comfortably with her mess. She
Yeah, she
look.
was like she'll straight tackle you. She ready at
But
all
my
times.
thing with Marie, all I really wrote on the counseling session, like it's okay to divulge stuff. I appreciated that, like to share your story, because it could align with someone else's story, pick someone else up, give them hope. So I appreciate that part. The part I didn't appreciate was you went to the counseling session and you spoke about your childhood, But you seemed at the same time, if you notice, every time she brought up her childhood, she closed it off and then was like, but I was able to overcome this. So it's like a counselor would have been able to catch, a good counselor would have caught that and like asked further questions that are open-ended to get them to, open up more. It's like, okay, you're saying all of this. And I think that's why I'm incapable of trusting, or I think that's why I'm capable of this. Why did you go to a counselor, Marie, if you have the answers?
If you have the answers.
Right, because it seemed
And
like
she
everything
doesn't.
she said, she followed with an answer. So I can't even get at the counselor fully without saying, did you do this for TV? Because you went to a counseling session to tell us a bunch of shit we already knew about your upbringing
Right.
previous seasons. And then you had the answers. But then based on her behavior, which I know you're going to get to towards the end of the session, you learned nothing from that counseling session, because if you say you don't trust people and you have all these things, and it seems like when she loses control, that's when she starts tripping. Personally, from what I see, that why don't you do something different to it's just like you say all these things and then you work on nothing and you go do this shit with Tambra, but you just said all of this in counseling. You're supposed to be working on yourself.
See, the point of no return for me in that counseling session is when she said that when her son was born, that's what made her so soft and cautious. Now, keep in mind, y'all, Marie's son had 3 children in the same year, all the same age. So, where was all that love and discipline? Because you correct everybody else in your life that do you wrong, right? That you feel do you wrong.
You arguing and hollering at Glenn like he ain't shit when your son is worse. Just saying.
Not Glenn.
3 kids in 1 year. There's no fucking reason that anybody could sit here and tell me there's not a reason on the planet that makes sense.
And you're still raising them, and you're still taking, because what she said was, everything is on me. I have to financially provide. I have sicknesses. I have everything. It's like, Marie.
Welcome to being a fucking adult, Marie. Shut
up.
It's
not even that. It was like, you don't have to do all of that. Your son could go get a job at Costco or Sam's Club at night. You can have them babies at night sleeping, and he can have the rest of them. He can have, I think Costco, I don't know if they still have it. Costco used to have a daycare program as one of their benefits. I don't know if they still have it or not.
They probably do in California.
They probably still, okay. I know they had it, because I knew my mom had a friend. I swear I don't know if it was my mom or somebody was, or maybe my aunt. Somebody had a friend that worked at Costco, had a daycare program. And see, and that's why I'm saying, like, that's some bullshit.
Costco does it. Home Depot does it.
Yep.
24-hour fitness does it for employees. There's actually a lot of employees that people could work at with like no diploma, no experience, no nothing, and make a decent amount of money, be able to grow within the company, and get benefits such as childcare, healthcare, optometry, all types of shit. So, Marie, what I got from her counseling session is she makes a lot of excuses for things and uses the pain and trauma from her past as something to make those excuses okay. But on a random funny note, somebody sent to me, they were like, I watch your recap. So shout out to this person from the Belle Collective group. I appreciate you. They sent me, and then I saw some other posts on other pages and stuff that I was cracking up about, because I was sitting here and I'm like, they said that the counselor, even people who have no training in psych, could peep like this counseling session was a joke, right? And somebody decided to zoom in on their phone or TV, however they watched the show, when the counselor was writing on the notepad as Marie was talking. And I was thinking, how is she writing, but not looking at the paper?
The notepad, yeah.
I know that too. On the notepad. There was nothing on the notepad. Somebody screen recorded and zoomed in. That lady was just looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, Marie, is this counselor from your fake ass mental health center? I need to know, because she wasn't writing anything. But maybe the counselor was like the rest of us, like, okay, she's telling me shit that we already know.
No, the counselor was looking at her like, lady, you full of shit and you your own problem, and ain't nobody got time to be wasting. Give my $150 and let's go, because ain't nobody finna play with you on this stuff, because I would take her money. I would. I would take her money and give her the most subtle of minimal advice that I could, because I know when somebody's in their own way. I know what I'm looking at when I see that. She's in her own way because she's helping her son. He gets to go to college. Meanwhile, he has 3 children under the age of 5. You mean to tell me he gets to go off to college and just live his life and you gonna take care and help him raise? No. If he wants to go to college, he has to do it on his own time.
Mhm.
That means after he get off work, if he wants to take a class or two, he has to do it. And meanwhile, he has to figure out where the kids are gonna go.
He has to want to be
Yeah,
better.
like you
He
can't.
has to
No, I'm
want to
sorry.
be better.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna play with Marie with this. And then she want to use. She goes, and I'm sick. I have lupus. And it's like, well, cut people
For
off.
someone who has lupus, you sure are in a lot of mess. For we TV fans watching who remember Braxton Family Values, Tony Braxton, Living Legends, has lupus. Okay. Now,
Tony ain't nowhere to be found in that drama.
listen, when the family, you feel me? He knows what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
The sisters get to arguing, when the tabloids get to talking, Tony Braxton will talk about it. She retreats. Because when you have lupus, autoimmune disorders, stress, things like that can cause flare ups, can cause you to be so sick. Some people end up in the hospital. So, most people who have lupus, and I've met a lot of people who have lupus, a lot of people I know have lupus, especially in my family. They avoid mess. Like the people in my family who have lupus, they're the only people never in no drama, never in no shit. They keep to themselves. They live their best life. You cannot stress yourself. So I've been saying that since you had me start these damn recaps. Like, this lady got lupus and she acting like this?
I'm
What kind of
saying.
lupus you got?
Okay. So let's move on from Maria. That counseling session was terrible. So we gonna leave it
Yeah.
at that. I'm just saying,
We
Marie, that
don't
was
feel
one turn of
sorry for
voice.
you,
I
Maria.
don't
We
feel
still
sorry.
don't like you.
I didn't feel sorry for you, and I feel like you your own problem.
She is her own problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you your own
Everyone
problem.
knows
Yeah,
that. I think
everybody.
even her closest friends know, but she's also too bullheaded to
Well, we
handle.
don't see her no more, do we? Where Essie at, Marie? Where Essie at? Essie, girl, come on up out of there and come on this camera so we can see you. I just want to see Essie. That's all. But moving on. We're gonna move on to Letitia's little get together where they're breaking plates and all kind of bullshit. You know that little thing. I want to try it, but for the most part, Marie, not Marie, Letitia. This is a sisterhood, and we all have a responsibility to set examples and to really be here as a sisterhood. And I feel like we let an what did she say, a stranger or something,
An intruder.
an intruder. We let an intruder come and rectify our already broken sisterhood. Because
You
I was looking
calling
at
an intruder, the intruder she spoke about, that bothered me when she called Selena an intruder.
it bothered me
Because
too because
here's my thing. Selena known most of you hoes way before you ever knew So Gucci.
hmm
That's like a fact. I've seen some of these women years ago in scenes with Selena when she had her friends around on TV on Bring It. So, like, stop.
yeah, and I didn't like that. I also because to me it seems like you was taking Sophia Shantae's side like
That's
silently,
why I don't like
and
Letitia is doing this piggyback shit where she's trying
yeah,
to
and it's kind of
she's there
like
for the girl, but
because
she
even when you
always takes So Gucci's side.
yeah, because even when you look back when she confronted Latrice, it seemed like it was on So Gucci's behalf. Like, did you invite Selena there to stir drama? And I was like, well, why wouldn't it have been? Did you invite So Gucci there to start some drama with Selena? Because
My thing
that's the
is,
real
why is
friend.
anybody questioning why Latrice invited Selena when y'all done been to multiple events this season and life prior, all of that, where Selena is there? Selena has known Latrice before Latrice knew So Gucci.
Right.
And I think it's pretty whack that basically because So Gucci doesn't know how to practice real estate, that she's upset. When you're in sales of any sort, somebody stop me if I'm lying. When you're in sales of any fucking sort, like, you do what you can to consistently be showing the person properties. You consistently communicate. You consistently do what you have to do. You the constant communication to show them like, I'm working. If I don't have this for you, well then this will be here. Like most salespeople, even just selling cars when I sold them. Oh, if you can't get approved for this car, then I can get you approved for this, that, and that. Like because you want the sale. So the fact that So Gucci even let it get to that point, I'm like, if you're anything in real estate, you're in sales. Like, what are you doing?
Well, to me, you wouldn't let one little commission check stop a friendship if you really was there for the friendship. Like I had a friend trying to sell me a car, but I just was not. I didn't like any of them. Like the cars he
Mhm.
was trying to sell me, I didn't. It was a used car dealership. He didn't have one that I particularly liked, so he lost the sale. We're still friends to this day. This has been
Mhm.
15 years ago. We're
Yeah.
still friends to this day because he's like, look, it ain't that big of a deal. Like I can get somebody else. He did call and follow up, and there was times where he got frustrated with me, but it wasn't like my. He's like, our friendship means more than a sale. So
Mhm.
that's how you know, even if we wanted to put some blame on Latrice, you are making it more so you're more so worried about your money than this friendship. So what kind of friend are you at the end of the day?
Yeah,
If
so
that's what you're
Gucci's
worried about.
transactional. I get the
Yeah.
feeling like I did look up JJ a little bit. He's known to be an entrepreneur for many, many years in the South. So I don't know. Maybe she's trying. It just seems like everything that So Gucci does is in competition with her husband's name, their children. They're famous. Like no one even knew of you at all.
Right.
They never
They
knew
just put your
JJ.
wedding up on YouTube not that long ago. So it's
Yeah,
like, come on,
I'm
we're not
like,
gonna do this.
and
We're not gonna do this.
nobody knew of you. So I feel like So Gucci's just going to be in competition. You're never going to, Sophia Shante, be more famous or bigger than Selena, JJ, Sanjay, Star, and the
On
other
Belle
one.
Collective on Oprah's network. We're not
Listen,
gonna do
Oprah's
this.
network is still growing.
Yeah,
It's still
like we
growing. We
not,
went from
yeah.
vanilla Tyler Perry shows to reality TV on OWN. So there's definitely a change that's coming. The other thing is you have to be interesting by yourself when you're on any type of reality show, especially if you're married to someone. There are people who have been married to people who are relevant and all of this, especially on like RHOA and stuff. But if you're being fake, which Sophia Shante is, and doing all this extra shit for the camera, like to some point the audience entertain it, and then to the other point it's like, okay, we can tell you're being fake, we don't care. And that's what's happened with her. So that's all I'll really say.
Yeah. So let's move on. So after Letitia makes that wonderful speech, she then separates them with the people who have the beef with each other. Now, she did not clarify who the people she was leaving at the table, which was Letitia and Sophia Shante, that they had to commiserate their issues. She just broke them up. So she took her and Aisha and Marie and Tambra to separate tables so they can hash out their issues. Um, I don't know what we got from Aisha and Letitia sitting there because all they were saying, well, we're just going to try to move forward. If that means we're not friends, then fine. Or if we are friends, then fine. They didn't even say what the issue was. So it was like, well, what the hell was y'all arguing about? I mean, I
That's what
get
Letitia said. Aikisha has an invisible issue with her. She so
it
she's
is invisible.
I think Aikisha probably picked the beef with Letitia just to be relevant because she's boring.
No, because the thing about it is the real issue, if we really wanted to put what the real issue is, because they didn't want to do it, it was the Ferris Street issue. Letitia felt like Aikisha came into the picture trying to say, I can get this done quicker than you can because I actually own property on this street. You don't. You can't even buy the properties. So I think that that's really what their issue was. And instead of, because they realize if they bring that up, that it's petty at this point. It doesn't matter who gets it done as long as it gets done. So I think that that's really what their issue is, but they don't want to say it because it does look petty. So to
Listen,
me,
whoever gets it done, honey, is Mississippi. I
yeah,
ain't coming.
it's
I'm
like
not coming.
nobody
And many
cares.
have the same thought. I'm not coming. It look.
Well, here's the thing. Once again, Aisha, where is Ferris Street? What's the status on it today? Because mind you, this was filmed months ago. Where is it today? Did we
Well,
break
hopefully with
ground?
the reunion, she could
Somebody,
have a update because she at least she included it in her storyline. I
but where
honestly,
is it today? That's what we're trying to like. Is like,
yeah,
who stopped you? Is the city stopping you? Like, I need you to come on social media, start speaking about this. If this is something you are really doing, I need you to come out. So whoever sends this to Aikisha, let her know. I need you to come out and say something. I don't care about this show. I don't care about this reunion. Did you get it done? Because if you didn't and you made yourself look like a fool on this show, I'm gonna grill you as hard as I'm grill Letitia for not getting it done because this is now 3 years on the show and y'all still have not done a damn thing.
oh wow.
So
Wow. I
miss
watched
me with this.
the other own show you had put me on, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and their little project from season one. They spoke about it constantly and like actively
Yeah,
working
I'm
through
tired of this.
things.
I'm
They got
tired of
something done, and they could do it through a divorce, a side baby, and all sorts of other stuff. But these people still are finding ways to do something. I kind of agree with that. I didn't think about it. I think also you're discussing this place like it has uh, a prevalent amount of Black history and importance to the Black community in Mississippi. I'm not in Mississippi, but what's important to the Black community in Mississippi is important to me because I want to support what's important to your community.
absolutely.
But I don't. I
But I
guess I
don't want
didn't
this to
think
be
of
a
it that
joke because
way.
I didn't know Fair Street before this show. I
Mhm.
didn't know what it was. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't want this to be a joke. And this is what this is coming off. This is coming off as y'all are making some circle drama for a TV show when really revitalizing this neighborhood could be such a huge embark on our people. And I don't want this to be shits and giggles for TV. This is bigger than that. That's why I'm saying I was mad at Letitia first season for doing this because she was not able to break ground anywhere. And Akeisha is looking like it's the same thing. And what's crazy about it, you own property on this street. That's what's so crazy about it. So if you don't get this done, y'all might as well hang this show up because I will not review the show. If this does not get done by next season, I'm stopping with the show because I cannot let Black people make a mockery of things that realistically would make today's life for Black people amazing. Like this would change many lives in Mississippi. I am sure.
I mean, no
So
disrespect. I feel like a lot of the people who come on TV for specifically reasons that are supposed to be of community service in some sort, which is basically what they're doing with the Fair Street. I just feel like I agree, basically. You can't, I see that a lot on TV. This is some shit like, I kiss you, give it Sheree. You're doing a lot of this and showing us stuff like in earlier seasons, the earlier days of She by Sheree, the who go check me, boo. So it's like, oh, something's coming because she's in business meetings. And that's how we are with Keisha right now. It's like, something's coming. She's in offices and
yeah,
saying stuff at confessionals, but it's like, we don't care about her family. We don't care to see scenes or confessionals of her. I miss my husband. I need some dick. Like, okay, we don't care. Akeisha just is boring as hell to me. I just don't care. So the only thing that for me as a new viewer that's making her interesting and relevant for me is the fact that she seems to be the only woman on this show who says she's a businesswoman who has shown business. Like this season at least. So I don't know. I'm just over
as
it.
I said, I
Mhm.
because you see why I didn't bring that up when the meeting with her and Marie, the little husband thing, because I don't care. Where are you with Ferris Street? Is what I care about because not to say I'm a visit, but I would love to see progress. This is 3 years. What are we doing? Moving on because I don't even care no more.
She's
Tambra and Marie. Now, Marie, I don't know why on God's green earth, on Oprah's network and Beyonce's internet, that you thought that you would sit here and bring up something that has nothing to do with you to this table, all to prove that Tambra is a liar, which we already knew. Why would you bring your ass on this camera and expose this shit and you couldn't even bring the receipts with you? You said a man gave it to you, say you saw him. Why you didn't ask for a copy of it? And the thing about this is, and this is where I'm gonna get on Marie again. Once again, this may prove that Tambra is a liar, but this proved that you were a bigger bully than you were first season. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm Marie. I cannot believe you are making me defend Tambra right now when I don't even like Tambra.
That's all my notes said. We take notes to do these recaps. y'all, so we at least try and stay on track. We try to improve as we go. But my note literally said Marie ambushed Tambra in caps. And then under that, seems Marie wants someone else's shit aired the way that hers was years ago, except we're not receiving it in the way that she's hoping. My last note, Marie, and I stand by this, you appear to be a heartless hypocrite. That's it.
because
I think
the
anybody who
problem is
saw the shit that she did season one, it's been 3 seasons of this fucking show. I went and actually rewatched the season so I could be prepared. And now I do feel a little more as I finished the earlier seasons. Listen, you are never going to succeed by stomping someone else in the ground just to lift yourself up. You're not. And if you do it to be temporary success, like James said, Marie, you're coming to her saying this man this man that. You're online talking about the Bells are in danger. How are you guys in danger from this man? She tried to say that shit online because she got received wrong. They're doing what she did to Samra. You guys are not in danger. You said yourself on camera and off camera that the court dismissed the case because Tambra was on some bullshit. And that was the case she was trying to have against the man. So it's like, okay, we understand that you're trying to make Tambra look like a liar. But like James stated, the world already knows that Tambra is a liar. What did you expect? That's the part that makes me disgusted with Marie, because it's the intent. What did you expect for us to do finding out this information about this man Tambra was with? I mean, yeah, we're gonna
I
be like, oh, this is shady and it makes her look crazy, but what are we supposed to do with it? Like,
right. We can't do nothing with that. I would have preferred her say, which one of you, Aikisha or Tambra, said we were ugly? Then we have a real argument here. Because then that's when, because Tambra, did you lie and say it was Aikisha, or did you really say that? That's what I wanted her to say.
and the sick part too is Marie sat there. If you look at her body language, to me is everything. Everything. This bitch sat down at the table with her finger wave. One of them was a little into the sky because didn't want to be with her no more. Looked like she was out of pro style that day. But this chick sat at the table and was like, well, I heard, like, she was waiting, like she couldn't even reserve the
And
smile
it was gonna
face.
be some grand reveal, and all it was one of Tambra's exes said that they were engaged. What the fuck that got to do with anything? So what? She was engaged, and and basically when Marie says the man turned on the TV and saw Damon and said that she was in this relationship, she moved on. Like what the like? I was so
When
confused.
it comes to
Oh
breakups too, I think
yes,
most adults, hell, most teenagers, kids understand I'm not really gonna go to someone's ex to get like an opinion or a lowdown on them because you don't know how that relationship ended. But the fact that you're an ex and not currently together, obviously there was something that went wrong. There's some form of bad blood, but y'all obviously you don't like enough each other enough to be together. So why am I gonna go to an ex to say, if you call my ex right now, mind you, this nigga is from high school. I have not dated this man since I was 16. And I know from people from high school who he's talked about, and I know they had a little reunion or whatever. Listen, he ain't gonna say nothing positive about me. He ain't. We were supposed to be on a break, and then she met her husband. That's what he would say. Probably mad as hell. I'm still with the guy.
and
But
mind you, this has
this
been
has been years.
years.
You
Like
don't
that's what I'm
go to
saying. Like I don't
exes.
understand why Marie would think in her wild mind that this was going to stick and this was going to prove whatever this was supposed to prove about
It's
Tampa.
that pro style from the finger waves. It's hot in Mississippi.
I
I'm trying
guess
to tell
so
you,
because
baby,
I
the
am
sun, the
like,
Mississippi sun is baking the pro style in her hair. That's literally happening. I'm
and the fact, and
confused.
you could tell like this does affect Tamara because she was so upset, like she couldn't even get her words out, and it was like, so Marie, what was that supposed to do? And how is this beef
In
supposed
some
to?
way too, like whether we like Tambra or not, obviously the relationship for her was one that is negative and in some way brought her some type of trauma. Trauma is not just the worst of
Absolutely,
the worst. Trauma can be
yeah, and
falling and scraping your knee. Like
which is
it
why
brought
I'm defending her right now because I
yeah,
felt for her in that moment. I really did. I felt for Tambra because it was like,
she was Amber.
okay, she's one put off. She is completely blindsided by this information.
Mhm.
I don't think she thought coming to a event thrown by Letitia that she was going to be
Coming
ambushed.
to a peace
What?
fucking treaty.
Yes, that she was going to be ambushed, and then she's sitting at a table, confused on why she's sitting at the table with you because she didn't think she had a problem with you, and now you come into her with some shit from her past as if that was supposed to do
And that's the
something.
other thing that was shady that Marie
Yeah,
doesn't realize. Tambra may lie, but she doesn't lie in a way that
It's
hurts
not
you.
detrimental. It's
It
not
doesn't
like,
hurt
yeah, it
them.
doesn't hurt
You
you.
know,
She said that y'all was ugly. Oh well, like allegedly. I don't know if she really did say that or not. We don't know. We don't know if it's her or Akeisha. They both
but
throwing the
someone
pass on each
saying
other.
that you're ugly doesn't warrant you going and talking to their ex and then bringing that information on
And it's not even
court
an ex that
pages.
would have had memories that were just bad. They were legal issues. Yes,
Yes,
the case was thrown out because a lot of the times domestic violence cases are thrown out. That's because
yes,
somebody
yes,
doesn't want somebody to go to jail. That's usually what that means. So that's
yep.
why I'm like, okay, it was thrown out. Do I believe this man? Sort of.
The
I,
other thing is in states like the South, specifically
they
Mississippi. I
protect.
know this from family members who have gone through domestic violence, like to where their spouses have almost killed them. That happened to a cousin in Mississippi, in Jackson, actually. And the police did not do anything and dropped the charges. They don't protect women,
They don't
especially
protect women
Black
in that state.
women,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, in that
So
state.
yeah.
So for her to have a fucking mental health center where you understand these things. I was personally disgusted, and I don't know what type of degree that Marie has, but the Association of Psychological Situations, APA, motherfucking ethical standards, guidelines. Can one of y'all, if you watch this show, please look into this woman and go investigate her center or talk to her about code of conduct as a practitioner or owner of something? Because it's just, it bothered me. It was a little triggering. Like, I understand that this happened and she lied, but like if you are going to do the eye for an eye, then do it properly. This was not,
Look,
it
it
shouldn't
happened
have.
and she may have lied, but this was before this show existed. This relationship was
Mhm,
before
mhm.
any of this happened. I don't care if it was 2 hours and 13 minutes before the show. It still happened before the show.
And I still don't believe that Marie talked to dude because all of the stuff that she presented,
Um,
you could find out through a simple background check. So
you can.
I don't fully believe that dude just reached out to her. I feel like because she's saying that, oh, he did this, he's tried to bother all the other people, then why is no one else speaking about it?
No,
So
I
it's
believe he reached out to her. I do believe the story that he reached out to all of them. I just
mhm,
think Marie was the first one to take the bait. I just do. I believe that her, and then
mhm.
she dragged Letitia on as collateral just in case. Like, if she can't just be
I
mad at
feel like
you.
he's probably reached out to all of them before, but probably when he saw her on TV. She's Tambra's been on TV now a couple seasons. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I feel like this happened. It did happen, but not in the timeline that Marie is saying. I just
I
when
think
you
she.
do
Yeah, I'm starting to think she held on to that stuff too.
she held on to it and I think went
Hmm.
back to him like, okay, I'm ready to talk to you now. So yeah, he may have seeked you out, but I think it was years ago. Here's the thing: people who do what Marie does, when you supposed to be a mother to a young kid, you got a daughter that's little, you got all these fucking little grandkids in your house, you got a son living in your house, you paying for college, you own your business, you're filming a TV show. Bitch, where do you find the time to come for this one person? Like, Marie, you look so bothered that you spent this amount of time and energy to come for someone else. And I'm glad Tamara walked away
I'm
because
glad she did too because I wouldn't have
don't
entertained
give
that
her her
foolishness.
moment on the camera.
I
Don't
wouldn't
give
have been.
her her
Yeah, I
moment.
wouldn't have entertained her, or I would have like it would have. I'd have went off on her. One of the two would have happened, but that was pretty much it, y'all. Tambra walked away, said she was gonna call her lawyer. Marie was like, "That ain't even necessary." I was like, "Yes, it is.
That's why she
Absolutely,
said
yes, it
that
is.
that ain't even necessary. That was
Absolutely, it is. Yes,
Marie's
it
way.
is."
I took that as, oh shit, I might have fucked up. She gonna call an attorney because, like I said earlier, Marie is defaming Tambra's character. We can feel how we feel about her, but we have our opinions without going and digging and trying to present it to the public. The
Yeah, I'm not
moment
gonna
you
dig up
go,
Tambra's past like that. I just don't like her. I just
right.
think that she just like she too animated. She need to go to Disneyland. I'm
Mhm.
just saying that's just how I feel.
She's
But
animated and she gives me fake pageant girl, but she did not
yeah,
deserve
but she didn't
this.
deserve this. Like this
Marie
was
is a
way
bully.
beyond.
Marie's a bully. I think I really think she just don't like herself and won't talk about it. So she comes for other people so she don't have to. But I don't know. Hopefully this isn't going to be dragged on for a whole fucking season. I hope Tampa serves Marie with a cease and desist and moves the
Right,
hell
please, Tamara, do something. And Tamara, let me explain something to you. Stop lying. Because when you lie, they able to use it against you, and then they're gonna find something that probably won't stick, but still makes us not even want to believe you. Like I
on.
defended you this episode because I felt like you didn't deserve that at all. I felt like that was wrong of Marie, but you still moving
After this, if
away,
you still lie, he not going to be defending you, Tambra, is what he's saying.
pretty much. Because if you lie one more time, I'm gonna go in on you again. I'm
Forehead
gonna
make
get,
a soft ass.
I promise you, do not lie no more. Because I'm right
Oh.
now, you teetering on my middle fence.
Yeah, because the devil is in them finger waves.
Is
So just tell
I
the
mean,
truth.
but that's it, y'all. Because we got to hurry and get to this next show. I have an announcement to make on another Oprah Network show that I will, be keeping y'all updated with. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, especially if you like what you saw. Bell Collective doesn't give me a lot of views, so I appreciate you guys watching. I wish some of y'all would just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It ain't gonna cost you nothing, I promise you.
Or
And if
at
you don't
least
like,
the like button so that he can end up in the algorithm when people search the Belle
absolutely,
Collective.
yes.
Anything. He'll
Yes,
take it.
anything helps. But thank you guys so much. Sorry, this video was it was a lot longer than I was supposed to have it, but this was a crazy episode. So, I'm not even mad. But until the next review, you guys, we will be back for Bell Collective next week. I will see you soon. And make sure you bring gas over to Love and Marriage Detroit. All righty. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.